Short Test Study Guide, question number 15. The graph shows the amount of protein contained in a certain brand of peanut butter. Okay, whenever you're given a graph, look at what the x and the y axis are. Read the graph carefully. Yeah, it's about peanut butter. And the x-axis is the amount of peanut butter in tablespoons. And the y-axis is the amount of protein in grams. Okay, and there it seems it is a proportional relationship. It's a straight line going through the origin. So yeah, that kind of makes sense. The amount of protein per tablespoon should be a constant rate. So the question is, which statement describes the meaning of the point 6, 30 on the graph? Key thing here, understand about ordered pairs. This is an ordered pair. Ordered pairs are always in a specific order, which is alphabetical. The first number is the x-coordinate. The second number is the y-coordinate, just like in the alphabet, x and then y. And if you go back to your graph, this is your x-axis. It is the amount of peanut butter measured in tablespoons. So this is tablespoons, TBSP, tablespoons of peanut butter, PB. And the y value, again, our y-axis is here. It is the amount of protein in grams. So this is going to be our grams of protein. And then in this specific point, it is the ordered pair 630, which means, oh, good, we have 6 tablespoons of peanut butter is supposed to give us 30 grams of protein. Read the answers carefully and choose the correct one. This one says there are 6 grams of protein per tablespoon of peanut butter. No, that's not what we're looking for. We're supposed to have 6 tablespoons, and that is the wrong number of grams of protein. 6 grams of protein in 30 tablespoons. No, it's not 30 tablespoons. It is 6 tablespoons and 30 grams. They just reversed the information. There are 30 grams of protein per tablespoon of peanut butter. No, that's not at all what we're talking about. We're looking for, well, our information is that there'd be 30 grams in 6. That is not correct. Our final answer, there are 30 grams of protein in 6 tablespoons. 6 tablespoons of peanut butter, 30 grams of protein. That is it. On to the last problem. The table shows the number of pages a student reads and how many minutes it takes the student to read those pages. Okay, so there's our information. And you'd be really tempted to right away start putting pages over minutes, because that is how you normally do this. You would figure out how many pages you could read in 1 minute. But look at the problems, and you see that every time it says which statement describes the relationship in the table, the number of minutes is proportional to the number of pages, with the unit rate as minutes per page. That's opposite of what we normally think of. They're doing how many minutes does it take to read 1 page, and that is the same thing they did here. Minutes per page, minutes per page. So we need to switch how we think about our unit rate. And the last one is the data could be that it's not proportional. Remember, if just one of these is not like the others, is not equivalent to the others, then this is not proportional. So we really need to do the unit rates from each one of these. And again, it's minutes per page. We're going to do minutes over pages. Our first one is 7 minutes. for 4 pages, and you want to know how much it is going to be, how much time it is going to take to read 1 page. So to make this become 1 page, you're going to divide by 4, divide the top by 4. And let's go ahead and go, our answers are all decimals, so let's go to long division. 7 divided by 4, you're dividing by a whole number. 7 is a whole number, so the decimal point would be to the right of the ones column. 7 is in the ones column. You're dividing by a whole number. The decimal point will go straight up. That's where it'll be in your answer. You can tack on a couple of zeros. 4 would go into 7 once. Subtract, you get 3. Bring down your 0. Bring down a 0. 4 goes into 30. 7 times would be as close as we can get. 7 times 4 is 28. Subtract, you get 2. Bring down your next 0. 4 goes into 20 exactly 5 times. So this is 1.75 minutes to read 1 page. Again, we need to check all 3 so that we can eliminate this not proportional option. Yeah, that does happen to be one of our answers, but we really need to check all 3 of them. So it's going to be 10.5 minutes to read 6 pages. And so again, to have this become 1 page, and the number of minutes to do that, you want to divide by 6. To get that to be 1 page, do the same to the top, divide by 6. And again, go to long division. 10.5 divided by 6. You're dividing by a whole number. The decimal point will go just straight up. That's where it'll be in your answer. And we can tack on a 0. And 6 goes into 10 once. Subtract, you get 4. Bring down your 5. 6 goes into 45, as close as we can get. 7 times 6. 7 times 6 is 42. 42 from 45 gets you a 3. We brought down the 5, so the 7 went up above the 5. We bring down the 0. 6 goes into 30 5 times. We brought down the 0. That 5 goes above that 0. So it's 30. That is, again, the same answer. Okay, that's looking good. But again, you really need to check all 3. So this one is going to be 14 minutes over 8 pages. And again, you want this to become 1 page. How many minutes it's going to take to read 1 page? You need to divide by 8 to have that become 1 page. To be an equivalent ratio or an equal ratio, we need to divide that top by 8 also, just as we did to the bottom. And again, go to long division. 14 divided by 8. 14 is a whole number. 4 is in the ones column. The decimal point would be to the right of that. Decimal point would go straight up. That's where it's in your answer. You can tack on a couple of zeros. 8 goes into 14 once. Subtract, you get 6. Bring down your 0. Again, you don't have to bring down your decimal point. It went up straight up into your answer. That's where it is. You brought down your 0, so the next number has to fill in above this 0. 8 would go into 60. 7 times 8 is 56. Subtract, you get a 4. What a wonderful thing to get, because now when you bring down your next 0, you're saying 8 goes into 40 exactly 5 times, and that gives me 0 remainder. So this is, again, our 1.75, 1 75 hundredths minutes per page. It was consistent throughout. So yes, it is proportional, and the one that says 1.75, 1 75 hundredths minutes per page is letter C, and we are done with the study.